Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully designed our change password page, and here I have created the three field. One is the current password, new password, and the confirmation password, right? So now I want to change this password. So if you want to change it here, one things you have to understand, like if you go to our user table, and into the user table right now I'm already logging with this user, and this user already have one of the password, right? So that is also one of the hash password. So right now first of all I want to check it, whatever the things I want to put it in our current password, it will be checked that is appropriate or not. So if it's appropriate, then our password will be updated. Okay, so how much easily you can do that work, I show you. For doing this, first of all I want to do, if you want to add some of the validation, because I have already added some of the name as a old password, and then password confirmation, right? So if you want to add some of the validation, you can add it. Better I show you. It's very much easy. In fundamental I have already discussed about that things with you. That is a validate data. Okay, validate data. So I take one of the variable, and then with this request I want to pass that one of the function a method as a validate. Okay, validate. So here I simply pass it with this array. With this array I want to pass it. Okay, so that will be the semicolon, and here I want to add that our field name. I have already declared it in our field area, that is a old password. So this field I want to make it as a required. Okay, so that will be as a required. And also I want to add another one will be as a password. Okay, I added another one that will be as a password, and this password also will be as a required. Okay, required, and also that will be as a confirmed. So that will be as a confirmed. Okay, so friend, in fundamental I have already discussed about that things with you, how can display these messages. You can use some of the livewire code for display this message. I think at that point you already know it. So right now it's okay with me. I just simply added as the old password will be as a required, and password confirmation also will be as a required. Okay, so after this I want to first of all get our this user data. That means which user is already logging, this user, this password I want to get it. So if you want to get it, I take one of the variable. I take on the variable as a hashed. Okay, hashed password. Has password, this type of one of the variable I simply take it, and then as I told you, which user is already logged in, this user, this password I want to take. Okay, so for the reasons here I want to add as a auth. Okay, with this auth, and then auth user, which user is logging. So this user, with this user I want to access this our database field as a password. Okay, I want to access our database field. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So I get that specific this field password data and take the things with this variable, right? So now we have to check it. As I told you, it should be checked in particular that area. So whatever the things we'll put in particular this current password, it should be checked in here. Okay, when it should be matched, then it should be updated. Okay friends, so now I want to add one of the if condition. If, okay, if, and I want to check it. So if you want to check it, then in Laravel there have also another function as a check function. So I make it as a hash check actually. So I make it as a hash check. So with this hash check I want to pass our which field data. As I told you, I want to check it our this field data, right? So this field data name I have already declared. I have already declared that requested field data name as an old password, right? I hope friend it's very much clear to you. So now I simply added our that is actually our requested data. So that is our this request. I want to pass it our old password. That means that is actually our old password. It should be matched with our this user this password. So this user this password I have already take it. With this variable, right? So now it should be match it. So after that it should be matched. I hope friend it's very much clear to you. And after that I want to use it. So I with this user I take one of the variable with the user and our user model. So with this user model, we have to find out our authenticated ID, which user is already logged in. That means our auth. So that is our auth, and with this auth ID. Okay, so I simply get this ID. Perfect. So now I want to change that name. That means whatever the name I want to pass, that means created on here, that means it should be saved in our database, this password field, right? And it should be saved with the hash password, not the direct password, right? It should be make it as a hash. So if you want to make it as a hash, then they have also another function as a hash make. So I show you, like here with this user I want to do, because here I have already get that specific authenticated user ID data, take the things with this variable, right? So now with this user I want to access our this password field. So here with this user I want to access our password. Okay, our password field, and our password field will be make it as a hash. Okay, hash, and then the make. Okay, hash make our which table, that means which field data. It should be hash make our this field data, right? So this is the field requirement, that means the requested field name. So I put as a request, and our requested field name, what? Our requested field name, I name it for this field as a password, right? So now I just simply add that as a password. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. And after that I simply use with this user, I want to save it. Okay, I simply save it. Perfect. And after that, if you want to that means when it should be saved successfully, after that I want to do this authenticated user will be log out. Okay, so now with this auth I want to access our logout default function, that means the default method log out. Okay, so that will be as a logout. I hope it's very much clear to you friend. And when it should be log out, then I want to return redirect. Okay, redirect to our logging, which I have already done for our logout. So it should be just like that same. Okay, that means our the default route as a logging. So I want to pass it with the logging page. Else, okay, else it should be as a back page. So else it should be as a that means a return, and then redirect, and then it should be redirect to the same back page. Okay, back page. Perfect. So friend, that's all. Okay, so that is our AND method. That is AND method. That is our AND method, that is our AND else, and that is our if condition. Okay, perfect. And here I am using that hash. Make that sure when you use that hash, you have to use it. I have already used that as a user model. I have already used that auth. Now I have to also use that hash. You can see I have already used that auth user. So if you want to use that hash into the action 45. Update user password, and you can see that is actually the hash. So now I copy it. So that is actually the same location. So that is the illuminate, support, facets, and then hash. Make that sure you use it, rather than it should be get some of the error. Okay, so friend, if everything okay, it should be work. So now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, I click as a save all. Now go there. Now refresh it again. So here I didn't actually show that validation when we will create it for our project. Then in the project we will actually add multiple things. So here I didn't add any validation. So I want to just check it is perfectly working or not. So right now I'm already logged in with one of the user, and this user password I'm actually using as a Udemy 12345. Okay, so now I want to check it as a Udemy 12345. And then I put another new password as Udemy 123. Okay, and then Udemy 123. So if everything okay, then it should be redirected to our this, that means this authenticated user will be log out, and then that will be redirected to our logging page. Else it will be redirected to our same as a back page. Okay, so now let's check this out. I updated our password as Udemy 123. Before that was as Udemy 12345. Now click as a update. Yes, you can see it's now perfectly updated. So, and also it's now redirected to our login page. So when it's redirected to the login page, that means this password updated successfully. Okay, friend. So now if you want to check it, like I just add that user@gmail.com, and I want to use that our previous one as Udemy 12345. Now click as a login. Yes, you can see our password is updated successfully. Udemy 12345. Now click as a login. Yes, you can see you cannot log in. So right now I want to check it with our new password as Udemy 123. Now click as a login. Sorry, I make it as Udemy 123 login. Yes, you can see it's now perfectly updated. So now I have updated this password. So our password is now successfully updated, right, friend? So right now I want to check it again. Now click the change password. I want to check it or put a right now current password as Udemy 123, and then Udemy 12345, Udemy 12345. Now change it. Yes, it successfully changed it. So right now I refresh it again. I want to check with the Udemy 123 right now. Click as a login. Yes, it's not logging. Okay, it's not logging. But if you put that Udemy as a Udemy 12345, I have updated. Click as a login. Yes, it's now successfully logged in. Okay, friend. So here we successfully done our user password option. I successfully done that user profile. Everything is perfectly working. So friend, we successfully did that work for our user table, right? And also they have the another because there is a multi-user authentication system, so there is another user as an admin. So now I want to apply the same things for our this admin. Okay, so for the admin I have already created another dashboard. So if you want to access it with the admin logging, and then if you use that admin@gmail.com, and here also I use that Udemy 12345. Now click as a login, and here you can see that is our dashboard. That means the admin dashboard. So for the admin dashboard I have already complete that sign up portion. So right now I also want to update that profile for this admin with the images, and also I want to complete that change password option. So that will be just like that same. Here only we have to update little bit, which I will show you with a live example. Okay friends, how can do that work? In our next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.